It'll work.
That's some good logic. We haven't seen that logic against Mars v Lina yet, so maybe Mars against OD is the transitional point for people to think Mars is good against the range carries. So yeah. Can I stop huffing this copium you're trying to make me?
Yeah, sure.
Get on now, thanks. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna end up turning out. This one feels like a weird game. Yeah, and I just got no clue what's gonna happen. I literally am very flummoxed.
Ooh, nice word, nice word. So I think Monaspa, they got the type of draft where all their lanes should feel really good. I think they've basically picked up 3 lanes that are innately going to be powerful and pressuring. Whilst Bald, not so much. Leshrac into Primal Beast should fare pretty well for Leshrac. Primal Beast should farm as well, but that side. Some Mars Mirana lane, it's good. It's very good, but it's more on does Spartan feed. Like if Spartan feeds, that's where this lane feels amazing. If Spartan doesn't feed, then it should just be farm again. So I feel like it should be Monaspa's story to write for the first half an hour of this game. And then we'll get to the beautiful Bald Chaos if it does ensue. But yeah, Monaspa should be in a really good spot. Already pressuring the Mars.
Yeah, speaking of some chaos here, Nande finds himself a little astral into the split earth, and Zip Zapper, because they're switching up his positioning, he is now in a ton of trouble, and he actually might just be dead. Yeah, I think he's gone. With the Fade Bolt ready. Oh, thinking about it. Now gives a kill over to his carry. What a nice guy Mr. Spartan is.
What a disciplined support, actually. Like, so many other 5s, they would have been like, but what if he ran away? You know? But no, he knew the damage was there. There was no stick on Mars to make any cool little plays, so nice first blood going towards a safe lane OD.
And already starting with the tri-lane up top, as you can see right there. Bengen made the move up, so this is a little bit of an interesting one, or rather Pablo did. He's sticking around over here and tries to get his harassment out. This is a little bit of a change up from what I was anticipating.
Yeah, this is a natural thing to try and do against Viper lanes at least. You go for that kill, but the Shaker value is really coming into play. They've already blocked the small camp. They already fissure blocked the lane, close to the safe lane. Or the offlane tower. So it's quite a hard tri-lane to actually execute on.
Yeah, and you look in the jungle, I mean, we saw the tri-lane camera going on, but it's actually in the jungle where Zip Zapper is laning against Spartan. Because...
Yeah, the patch is dropped. It's the jungle lane. It's new.
I don't know what the hell's going on there. Mid lane, some pressure onto Wish too, but yeah, they're going to pull the wave around. Because it's a tri-lane, they can't do anything down here with the 2v1.
I feel so bad for Zip Zapper, actually. He's playing offlane Mars by himself, just dragging any wave he can. And the result of this is going to be, of course, Viper isn't pressuring TB. TB currently 7 CS to the 1, but I don't know how effective it really is at the end of the day.
Pablo getting low. Skylark kills him, but it's Skylark that goes down first. Now Desire in trouble with the meta, trying to stay alive, but it's enough for the kill. So they do manage to take down both. This has to happen. If you're going to tri-lane and your Mars is getting nothing, they have to get kills top.
No, this is incredibly critical. But the thing is, when meta goes down, it potentially could flip the script on this lane, right? There's the Viper at level 3 with the 2 points poison attack. Maybe they'll be able to step up and take the fight. And Bengen's now dewarding this this camp. But yeah, what a very strange entry to this game. Again, just to reflect on the fact that Zip Zapper is level 2. Meanwhile, the tri-lane Viper is about to hit level 3.
Yeah. I mean, it is a problem, but of course, maybe you can have some comeback potential later. Weeha has rotated all the way bottom at level 3, so they want to try and get a kill on Anande with this, or maybe onto the Rubik if Spartan steps too far forward, but he's playing it safe. Now, just going to get the bottle refill. So no chance for a kill, and Wish is just holding the wave mid and getting deny after deny.
Zip has got to be careful, actually. He's kind of low. If Spartan just... If he got the lift off there, he would have probably got the kill.
I mean, Zip Zapper is just not having a good time.
This felt like when, oh wait, let's look at Ricky, maybe.
Oh man, if he goes down here, Bengen tries to escape, hoping to get out of there, slowed down, and underneath the tower, the 5 stacks, it's enough. They get the kill. If they're getting kills top, this is falling apart. Zip Zapper also dies bottom to the Rubik. Spartan able to find that kill. Yeah, Bald, they're struggling.
tri-laning with a Terrorblade, you basically get to play the tri-lane once every 150 seconds. And these are the repercussions when meta's not up.
And Wish.
Sure, it's a very aggressive dive.
In towards mid. Well, they find a kill top. They're also maybe going to get Weehaw in the mid lane. He's trying to get the water rune, but could not get there in time. Wish, even though the Rubik moved over, that was almost a solo kill. Really tough time.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing the successful nature of this tri-lane. If anything, you have to accept that Terrorblade is getting more CS than he would in a natural 2-1-2 lane. So sure, he's getting the farm, but it feels like Bald's subscribing to the idea of Terrorblade is our almighty core. No one else will have a good game because everyone's getting starved. Like, look at the CS from this OD, 31 for 13 against a 7-0 for Mars. Like, this is not even an off lane from Team Bald.
Yeah, Zipzapper is going to die down bottom. Now they are getting some action up top, but they can't find the kill. Pablo instead is the one that dies, and this is with meta. So they get out of that lane with the Viper. Skylark able to escape and not finding a kill on the Terrorblade. Game is looking very hard.
The game's just looking confusing, mate. If I'm to be honest, I think when you're doing tri lanes, it's a really cool idea if you set it up, but I don't think they set it up. It was more like an in the spur moment. Like, they didn't enter this series going, we want to have a tri lane, and this is how we'll execute it. And that's normally what teams need to do if they want to execute a very complicated strategy. Because even though you might think it's simple, one bad misplay on a tri lane, one bad rotation, you'll starve your offlaner, your supports will be under leveled, and you're forcing everything onto one hero. So I think Bald are going to face the repercussions of a somewhat poorly executed entry to this game. And yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to bounce back entering the mid game.
In towards mid here, they're going to run into Spartan in just a second. His courier, that's a freebie. So Pablo will take that one. Now Weehaw trying to find a kill. They do manage to connect onto him. And Weehaw, oh no, oh god. They don't have damage out of the supports. Wish keeps going for more. Bacon's gonna die. Delivered 2 free kills and
he's got no
maybe a third as Pablo in trouble gets destroyed. So they lose the Rubik, but Monaspa just feeding, hemorrhaging kills into them by Team Bald.
All right, just to make this cast entertaining every time you say that, I'll say, but don't worry, Gorg is farming, all right? Just so we can...
Sounds good.
But don't worry, Gorg is farming. And as we look at the net worth, he is 3,400 behind this safe lane OD that has literally been by himself in the lane. I don't think this Mars is really entertained playing here. Oh, Weeds might be going down or killing.
Oh my god, the turn and the kill and Wish. Well, I mean, they said 15 minutes might be the timing for this game to be over. I think they were thinking it would go a different way as they just keep running at him. Nobody's mid. Like, Weehaw died back to back. His TP's going to be on cooldown.
Just like I said, Lyrical, but don't worry, Gorg is free farming.
All right, fair enough. Pablo gets killed.
This is so rough. This is... Okay, so the fact that this OD, so if we talk about this OD carry for a second, it's going to be Midas, he's going to go Treads, and after that, he can pretty much free choose what he wants to go for.
Gorg?
And, I mean, Gorg's just trying to shove out the Viper, right? It's a 1v1, he uses meta, he'll be able to do it. But no, I think also you have to, I don't think we've seen it too often, but OD can do Roshan really early on in this game, especially when you max your Arcane Orb, you're able to just unlock the game.
Keeping himself alive against Weehaw, who went for the all-in, went for the pulverize. That is 3 deaths back to back to back, and a grumbly roar as he gets tipped out. Yeah, that is, the game has not gone the way he wanted. Desire, gonna take a pause, let him think about it, let him ruminate on his life choices, and we'll come back in just a moment here.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Never leave lane.
Damn, dude. That's rough.
This is, yeah. Not often do you have games that get broken so quickly, but if you just look at the net worth, like, would you think that this Viper got tri-laned?
No.
Like, to some degree, you could argue some pressure was applied because TB's got a lot of net worth, right? But it doesn't feel as decisive, and yeah. It also doesn't help for We that because they've tri-laned, and they've actually done relatively well. Shaker's a really good hero at, like, cleanly rotating.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as there's a little bit of creep momentum going the way of Viper. He can just walk mid for a second, put a bit of pressure on WEU, then he can walk back. So his tri-lane was never really shutting down the Shaker and the Viper. And that alone just prevented WEU from having a good game. He also just got outplayed by Wish a couple of times. So it is really a difficult game now for them. And I'm just looking towards Cam Bald just like throw bodies at these early engagements to give Gorg enough time to actually farm.
Dude, Weehaw, every time he goes, he's just getting caught and killed again. This is
There's
4
no lane he can
deaths
go
in a
to.
row. Like, it is just completely falling apart. Given the tips over 3,000 gold lead. And like you were talking about, Nande down bottom, I mean, this hasn't been a safe lane OD. This has been a free farm OD. And he's got the Midas done. He got it done at like 7 minutes.
I mean, I don't know, but I just saw Skylark just face palming. He just kills WEU and he just has no hands on his keyboard. Like,
yeah.
This is, yeah, Monaspa. They're loving life. I don't think you often get games just set up this nicely. Oh, Nande is going for the axe in the safe lane. That is relatively, that's annoying. I was hoping for some fun, spicy new tech to show us this big right click in the pogs and whatnot, but he's going for the fact that Wish will be the true carry to some degree, and he just has infinite farm. So bit upset, but I could accept it.
I mean, I think it makes sense though, right? Like, you're playing against TB, just give everything over to this Lesh to make sure he's enormous. Weehaw is going to come and farm out the jungle right now, actually. Spartan right next to him, they get the D ward, and now you kind of have like a Primal Beast wanting to play where Terrorblade is. It doesn't feel great. And if they go on him here again, and Weehaw, I mean, if he gets killed, this is really a problem. Thinking about jumping in, banging on top of him with the smoke screen. Onslaught forward, but has to cancel that. I mean, he's been conditioned into knowing if he goes in, he dies.
It's near impossible for Primal Beast to play this game. With the imprisons, the stuns, like every single hero on Monaspa prevents Primal Beast from happily entering the fight. And oh, Nande.
Ooh, buddy. Zip Zapper gets zapped. Yep. There is nowhere for them to play. And now, run up top, try and find Skylark. This is the type of play that they needed. Finding the Viper and getting a kill. At the same time, though, they will lose the Ricky, and it looks like Wish finally ready to pressure in to take this mid-tier 1.
Just the amount of overlap between Bald's chords right now. Like, this is also the repercussions, right, of this early game. When you have your TB and your Mars kind of stumbling over the same farm, there's no natural tier 1 tower that has fallen through map play. So Bald just really are getting forced back into their own jungle at minute 10. It's incredibly difficult. They need to somehow dodge this Leshrac and try and feed up on this Viper.
Oh,
it's
man.
not an easy feat.
And look at this. In the jungle, there is a triple stack on Hard Camp and Ancients to be taken in a moment if they want. I think if Bald want a chance to win this one, they need to have scouted this out, which I think that they did, and maybe have Weehaw come and steal those stacks or something. They need to get some type of a play like that.
Yeah, it's so hard. I think if anything, they need vision of them doing their stacks and then hope to see like a key spell wasted, then you initiate on. They really do lack. And this was, do you know when we were mentioning the Mirana Ricky? It's like, this is the issue with Bald, I think, with this combo. It's like they utilize other support so well with kill threat and pick off potential. But with this support duo, they set up the kills for the cores to do the damage, and often Bald has leaned on Bengen and Pablo to kind of be this like, ooh, look at us, we're killing everyone for you, and we have Wish, nice little greedy lad, smokes himself up to do it without taking any damage.
Yeah, that's really nice there. They smoked up with, I think, Spartan
Nande
there at the
in the
same
bot lane.
time.
Oh, the Tumbler's toy!
Yeah, he just gets out of there. That one hurts. That one really hurts. They need every one of these ultimates to connect for a kill, it feels like, and they will roll in. They don't quite bring down Spartan, and in fact, able to imprison him for a moment. They're stolen Arena to keep Spartan alive. Get on in here, buddy. You're not going anywhere. Weehaw feeling bad. That is 0-6 for the Primal Beast out of mid.
That was so nice from Spartan. Get in the arena still. The save from Nande to disengage a little bit longer.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Spear into
okay,
arrow.
okay.
That was nifty.
That was the first good play of the game.
Zip Zapper, I think he's just going to get ran down. Doesn't have Spear now for another 3 seconds. Throws out the slow. Wants to Spear so badly. Will get him away, but Desire with the cleanup, takes down that Mars 18-5. It has not been close at all.
Yeah, and the thing you have to remember with Skylark Viper, this guy, he itemizes to be a carry. He goes Dragon Lance, the Wraith Bands, the Treads, BKB after that, and often the Skadi. Like, he loves playing this Viper as a right-clicking Viper, just like Amar did back on the OG days.
Up top, Wish throwing out a stun now onto Gork while Skylark is back behind the tower. Does get caught here with the spear, doing some good damage, but they don't have their main damage dealers nearby. Weehaw moves on in finally, tries to get away from him there, get some separation, but the Oni Nade comes in. Skylark will finally be brought down, but they drop down the ulti, killed off the two supports, and now Nande does have an Astral, gonna need to use it in a moment, trying to get a little bit of separation to stay alive, but they do get him for the kill. And now Rubik drops down the arena. Desire, very, very low, has Echo, doesn't drop it right there though. Drops it now to try and get away. Stolen, Rubik finds the spear kill. Desire goes down, Gork's still living through this somehow. And, well, it wasn't terrible for Bald. That actually kind of went okay.
I've got to say the line, but don't worry, Gorg is killing and farming. He's now at 7k net worth. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Wish is playing a nice little game of how many creeps can he kill, whilst his team's doing all these shenanigans. He's got the casual cloak, the bloodstone, the boots of travel, yeah, coming up soon. And I feel like Bald, if anything, they kind of want Monaspa to do exactly that 2 or 3 more times in a row. These random, no context, aggressive plays that don't really mean anything.
Oh,
just trying to net some cheap kills.
Weehaw down bottom.
No.
He tried to make a play and is gonna die in Fountain. Oh god, he onslaughted between 2 creep waves and just ran right into Skylark. Yeah.
Wee's a very efficient / greedy farmer. He loves to use spells to clip over multiple camps at the same time, but that does put himself in vulnerable positions and takes away his mobility spells, so he can't show, really. If he walks into any of the cores of Monaspa, they're going to put him to half HP and or kill him.
A miss there on the stun would have maybe been enough to take down the Terrorblade, but hasn't yet died. Zip Zapper up top. Tries to Tumbler's Toy and find him there. Wish on the rundown. Zip Zapper does look like he's going to be able to get out of harm's way, though.
I'm just looking at the quick buys, though. Oh, Spartan jumping onto Gorg.
Spear out, not enough for the kill. They get the arrow onto Wish, but... Oh, he walks in rage! Oh, no! Oh, he had Sunder. He had Sunder. Oh, that feels bad.
He backed away initially, but then got hit by the fissure, so... Oh, what can you do? I'm just looking at the 3 cores of board, though. They're all got BKB in their quick buy, and at this point in the game, sure, it might help you survive, but where's the damage?
Arrow. They
Where's
can't
the damage?
do anything. They don't have... I mean, they obviously need the Terrorblade there to find a kill onto the Leshrac, but even if he's there, I don't think that they have enough to deal with him, to be honest.
I fully agree. This is... Board need to continue skipping waves. They need to probably throw away some lives here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if we does go down again shortly, but they are bringing a lot of numbers down to try and pressure Skylark.
Dodging, finding him, arrow out. They have TPs that can come in,
coming.
but will it be quickly enough? It doesn't look like it. Oh, Skylark actually surviving, actually lives through it all. Can they bring him down afterwards? Skylark turns, will die, but okay, the Sleeping Dart keeps control of the OD.
Wish is coming from the north.
Does he want to run into him, though? Has to be careful. They don't have Sentry Vision down. Needs to play around this Obs instead. And, well, a spear connects now onto Spartan, but Wish moving into position, runs into all of them. Just devastation, desolation. They have the fissure connection with the shard on Rubik. And Weehaw, it is now going to be 0-8 for the Primal Beast. A rough game, to be sure.
I don't know really what you want me to say right now, Lyrical. I could say my catch line for the game, but don't worry, Gorg's farming. But I think that's getting a bit boring at this point. Yeah, this is just an onslaught of Monaspa aggression here on out. You know, the Earthshaker went for the shard. He's BKB soon on Viper. I think if you're Monaspa, you need to look towards taking Aegis at some point. You can do that quite cleanly with your heroes. And then actually look for a decisive fight to grow this lead into even more than what it is currently.
Yeah,
10k 18 minutes. This is... Oh.
I think that this is one of those games that... as they get a sleeping dart. No arrow to follow this one up, but instead they just find the Ricky, and he is going to die as he comes out of that tricks of the trade. I mean, when you come down that hard in the laning stage, I think it's already very difficult to come back. But particularly like when your draft was already a little bit funky to begin with.
Yeah, it doesn't help. I mean, honestly, we don't see teams do tri-lanes too often, to be fair. It's a concept that only maybe Gaming Gladiators have tried. OG have tried it a couple times, and it really is high risk, high reward. Like, even these Div 1 teams, they fall flat on their face multiple times trying it, and
right.
I can respect Bull trying to do something to punish this Viper pick, to give themselves some momentum, but I think the Shaker just really unravels that, and they weren't really respecting or aware of the volatility of tri-laning into a Shaker specifically. And yeah, here we see the Roshan Cup calling.
Well, I think that also there were, you know, a couple of pretty aggressive moves. I think that they were hoping to get a better game out of WEU. And it's one of those things too, I think, where like Primal Beast, if the first couple of waves don't go good, if your rotations don't turn into kills, this hero just feels so anemic, which is what we've seen, you know, 0, 8, and 7. It's been a very hard game for him, and has to get into that BKB to try and right his game, but it feels like it might be too much at this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people right now might be just assuming that, you know, what happened mid lane, but you can't forget that Spartan, he didn't need to help out his OD in bot lane. So Rubik, after maybe 5-6 minutes, he just AFK'd mid to some degree, and then Shaker, he also pivoted mid. So it felt like it was maybe a dual or tri-lane during the key phases. I think there was one kill that Wish would have got solo, but the rest was just because of support rotations. And Spartan finally, no, he doesn't even get punished yet.
Oh man, he has blink out, but does get it broken. Okay, he's in some trouble. Oh my god, he has tricks of the trade. Dude, that is the one spell that keeps him alive right there. Bengen wanting to chase him down. He even drops a ward to get vision, and he can't find him. Dude. They dropped Arena for that one. Spartan has been a menace. He's had a hell of a game. 5, 2, and 12. What a Rubik show.
It's a banging performance from Spartan. Spartan's one of those pos 5s where he's either tanking every smoke gank under the sun, or he's killing everything. In this game, he's on the killing everything side. So yeah, I do love watching a good old Spartan game. You don't really know what you're gonna get, but today it's a good one. Oh my! He's even tricks that are trading up into the enemy high ground.
That's pretty nifty.
And
a
Weasels are jumping
here,
in.
but they are going to again find Weehaw. He turns with the pulverize, tries to do what damage he can, but now stolen pulverize. Nande's already dead. With Gork on top of him in that BKB, this is pretty solid, but need to be careful about the follow-up that comes in. Now right on top of Spartan, finds it, the pulverize, but there is the Sunder.
Triple kill.
Triple kill turn. Wish, he needs to be careful now too if they find him.
They know
this
he's
would
there.
be
They're
a turnaround for the ages. Desire still living, has Echo Slam ready, but the stun from the low ground right on top of him. No Sunder this time. The Terror Blade is going to die. They bought so much time with Desire, and Wish, he's just going to try and play cleanup. Run away from the GOAT. It is a monster. But they focused everybody else, and a great fight for Bald.
That was honestly the best fight they could ever ask for. They had the wraparound. You had Spartan kind of getting a bit excited in the game, tricks that are trading up, kind of forcing out some meme imprisons by Nande. And then in that moment of like memery that Monaspa was having together, it was the triple BKB reveal into poor positioning where thank God we're gonna see here. Look, Nande's kind of throwing out spells, Rubik's running around in and out. And yeah, I just don't think they were ready for the BKB on Wii. You see from the south side, the beautiful spear into another BKB from Gorgon. Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted from Bull with their BKBs. Like, if they're BKBing to run away or to disengage, it's over. But they actually got a fight where they got to A-click through, and I'm not saying in any way this is a comeback, but this will be the point that we'll talk about if Gorg somehow gets to, you know, Skadi +1 down the line.
Right.
They have to be careful though.
Well, it's always the issue, right? Of like this type of a lineup, all of that gold just funnels to the Terrorblade, and then there's nothing left over afterwards for like Mars and Primal Beast. They both have BKBs, but you can see like these supports just get dropped so quickly, and Wish is still just a monster. Like this guy is unanswered in this game at the point. They have to just ignore him like they did last game. But he even buys a Blink Dagger to try and stay on target more so.
Yeah, it's all eyes on Zip Zapper and Weeha. How do they really enter these fights? They're the ones that are going to have the blinks, the BKBs, the ways in which they can just disrupt the positioning of Monaspa. And if you get to the high ground area, they're forcing out some defensive spells, an Echo Slam's wasted, then you have Gorg taking the fight, then we can discuss it. But I think in that window of waiting for meta, you see here from Monaspa, they just keep going.
Dude, he just goes in.
Oh, he doesn't
Wish
get him, though.
killing the tower. Okay, he's still got Pulse Nova going. This guy's got 30-second left on Aegis. Spear onto the Mars. And yeah, tier 3 tower, Monaspa, they're not messing around. They're just ready to go, trying to take down buildings. Why not? What do they have to deal with them? Arrow, Sleeping Dart, the combo is there, and Skylark, he's still sitting fine with his BKB. So yeah, they're fine.
Look at Gorg though, he actually just picked up the Crystallis. He bought like the most efficient damage item for the amount of gold he had. So maybe they're looking to make a play after Aegis expires. Aegis has just expired now. But yeah, Monaspa very much in the driving seat. Should just be able to come back up this high ground. There's fortification is back available for them.
Yeah, they don't want to throw, it looks like. They're playing it pretty
That's
safe.
fair.
I mean,
Off
Nande,
the previous games, it's they'd be by tier 4s at this point.
Nande does have the Aghanims, though, so like that's the kind of moment where you can make those aggressive plays with the Lesh, but you know, I get it. Like, particularly because there's the free setup with the Ricky Dart, or at least relatively free. Speaking of which, they find Spartan arrow out and nobody nearby to help him. So Rubik is going to die. You know what? I think they had this idea the entire time that they wanted to play this safe lane OD in the draft. Because I think that's why they let through the Ricky Marana. This is like their answer for it.
Yeah, potentially. I think that's the cool thing. When you have players who are ready to play these unconventional heroes, especially in the safe lane, you can kind of bait your opponent into kind of think, oh, guys, they're giving us everything. What's happening? And then you get to unlock it. But I think we're yet to really see Monaspa utilize the OD in the big team fights, at least, because it's been more pick-off game. But when it does break out in the fights, if OD can position, it's going to be so hard for Board to isolate these single heroes. It's going to be more, can they survive the longer fight? Can they get this TB in and out, clicking the entire time?
And you could see there, esportsbet.io odds 7-1 right now. So it has severely increased since the last time that we saw it there. And it's not, you know, hard to see why. This game has been completely taken over. And now they have Blink done on Earthshaker too. So even more ways to take this.
Is there any big items coming from Board? That's what I'm looking for. Wee's 1.5 components away from Ags. That is going to be a big burst of damage with the Opera, with the split damage. Break isn't too useful in this game. Oh.
Well,
both supports are just dead.
Yeah, that'll do it. That will just about do it. And now the combo's not there. Dude, they just want, I mean, they're still playing it so safe for the fact that the like support combo's gone. Monaspa not willing to try and test high ground.
They're probably going to poke now. They saw we show bottom for a split second.
Okay.
They might use an edict and then disengage again. Wish has blink dagger, so I'd be surprised if he actually got picked off here by anything. Yeah, already out.
Skylark also has it, so he can get himself away from these, you know, initiations too when OD is around and has the Astral to save. Trying to get into the Octarine core next while Weeha uses the Onslaught, but in some trouble. The Fissure, the control is there, has Echo if they even want to use it now. Weeha is going to get chased down, and yes, indeed. That is going to be 0-9 for the Primal. Just has been relegated to pushing out these lanes constantly.
Yeah, and if you kind of need a hero to do it, and we're just going to tank it. There's moments where he can maybe survive. He doesn't want to use BKB because he wants to keep the valuable charges for the big fights, but yeah, it's pretty much just Gorg versus the world. Can he get enough items? Can he position himself perfectly? And I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming out from Board that might give them a chance to make a play, but there isn't really anything coming that way. I love the fact that you mentioned we saw the blinks already. Against Ricky, you see the dart come at you, so you can always blink away from it. It's a really high value item to deal with the Ricky Marana combo. On top of that, they don't have clean stuns, so you can normally disengage from a Mars or a Primal Beast to jump on you as well. So super
True.
high value item to deal with pretty much every form of initiation from Team Bald.
The other issue that we sort of have in this game, I think, for Team Bald is that their supports aren't really like that team fight ultimate in any way. Like the best thing that they kind of got out of them is like the smoke screen, besides the obvious arrow combination. Is Skylark, he actually is going to get caught here, pops the BKB but can't get away. So they will bring down a very tasty Viper. That was super good.
And now there's a 10 seconds until Roshan respawns. Meta's still up for about 30 seconds. So there's an awkward window where you could argue Bald composture. If they did, I think they lose the game, so I hope they don't. But, you know, this is now going to be Monaspa. Viper respawns. They should go straight to Roshan now. Get another Aegis on Leshrac. Bald can't contest in any way, so I think the pickoff looks cool, but I don't think it helps with the step that really matters in this game, which is prevent that second Roshan from giving Monaspa the confidence to go for multiple racks. And you already see Nande pinging out the Roshan pit, scouting it out. It has respawned.
Yeah, and they have a regen rune for after from Wish too, so he can tank this one up and feel comfortable with himself. Okay, 29 minutes in, Team Bald trying to buy what time they can. They have Greaves on Pablo. What's that going to be? An Aether Lens, I think, completed on Ricky, and Scotty done for Terrorblade. With Aghanim Scepter on Weehaw, they have all of their items. They've got all of their timings, all their cooldowns. A high ground defense. This is as good as it gets, I think, for Team Bald.
Gork's on the retreat spot. Ooh.
They find one. This is pretty interesting, and immediately turns into nothing. And now, oh god, Weehaw has to BKB TP out. Oh, that's BKB timing down.
There's a
That's
quiver on the ground.
Yeah, that one's gonna be left.
Who is it?
who
It's
is
Bald's
that one?
quiver.
Yeah.
Ah, well. Luckily, it's a pretty bad item, so no one really cares about it. It's all good.
Okay. 60 seconds where Monaspa can make a move if they want. No BKB on Weehaw. Oh, another arrow.
The value of imprison.
Yeah. Now he's perfectly fine. And instead, Bengen. Ooh,
Ooh,
it's the blink strike
okay.
out. Can't get him.
Yeah, Bald on. They're doing pretty good just poking and prodding here. Meta's now back up since that Viper pickoff. They have to be so disciplined with it. If they are to use meta, it needs to be a fight where they double kill Leshrac and wipe Monaspa. If not, their base will fall. It will be a really tough fight. They have to be so selective how they do it. I think realistically, they need to start with a spear back deeper into the base, a deep repositioning tool, then look for that fight.
Oh.
Wish already in.
Yeah. That's not the way they wanted that one to go. He had a BKB. Did not manage to get it off, though.
There was a Hex reveal from Wish, just blinking dead. Anyone shows they should die now. Even the Terrorblade can actually die with a Hex timing.
Arrow. Follow-up not going to be there as the Sleeping Dart comes out, but the tier 3 tower about to fall, and you can see Weehaw's not there, not interested. Gork not there, not interested. They're just going to lose their base. So farming, trying to buy what space they can, but it feels like without the Mars, they do not want to try and take these fights. So have to wait for the 10 seconds left, but I think that they can just rotate bottom if they want now. I don't think that they're worried even if everybody comes back. Arrow from downtown. Dodges, misses it. Weehaw rolls in, and the Hex is there. Oh, Weehaw, that is not what they were hoping for. Tries to run in and stop this one, and OD Astroing himself to keep himself alive. They can't find a target, pops the refresher, and just is able to go for another round of running away. Gets the blink out of there. Do they have the control? Yes. Weehaw is going to die. They might lose the Earthshaker. Desire stepping a bit too far forward, but the jump forward and the Hex, but the save. Good play from Zip Zapper to keep his carry alive. They needed that one. Okay. Goodbye. Does it to steal the gem away, and now Skylark, he's in kind of far. They don't have Astral for another 6 seconds, but the lift out from the Rubik keeps him alive, and now Gork, he stepped in too far. Down low, needs a Sunder target, but there is no Sunder target. He is going to die there in the Astral Plane, and another death 40 to 18. They're going for the tier 4 towers. This one is over, T.
They got buybacks there, Echo. Don't say they're out yet.
T, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. All right, it's over.
Surely it's over. Surely no team can come back from this.
Ah, yes. Maybe if we keep speaking like this, then, you know, the curse.
Maybe. Who knows? Where there's a will, there's a way. Do we have any wills here?
No, just a lot of ways.
Yeah. There is a overwhelming blink now done on Wish. The blink forward, the Hex. Gonna turn this 0-10 into 0-11. He is down low. Desire dropping lower and lower too. Weehaw, even in the BKB, well, actually managed to survive from that. They buy back on Gork, but Wish turns his sights now into Zip Zapper. Wish saying, fine, I'll do it alone. Why not? Another Astral. They do manage to find the arrow, but to no avail. Gork with the Sunder, but GG has already been called. And this one is going to game number 2. Wow. Devastating.